After 20 minutes in the developer, the moment of truth. Have I got any images? Let's have a look, shall we? Drum roll, please. Yes, we have images. Ooh, exciting. Now for the camera. Camera number 440, and we have here in front of us a Zeiss Ikon Ikonta. They started production around about 1938, but obviously the Second World War interfered with production. But they carried on after the war, and so you have pre- and post-war editions, if you like. This one, according to the numbers on the top here, let's try and zoom in if I can, is a 521. And there are two indications that it might be post-war. The first is the serial number on the bottom here, W50143. And then also, if I push the lens in, there is a lens number as well. I don't know that we can get that. I may have to use another alternative means to get that number if I can. But it's about 8 million and something. So put those two together and it would seem to suggest that this is a post-war edition. And it takes a 120 film. And from that 120 film you get 16 images, 4.5 by 6. So let's discuss some of its functions. Let's put it away first of all and look at the exterior of the camera. So starting from the back we have our window that allows us to see our film number, which is on the backing of the paper. And then on the top here we have a film wind-on, which has also a little indication that it has a double exposure prevention mechanism. We'll come back to that in a moment. There is also a red indicator that the film has been advanced and is ready. If it's not red, it'll just be plain sort of black or grey, indicating that the film needs to be wound on. We have our shutter actuation button. We have our button that releases the actual lens and allows it to fold out, and also releases the viewfinder. So let's just press that, shall we? There we go. And then the lens can be extracted. You can see that in its natural format, if you like, it actually takes a landscape orientation, and it's only by doing it, moving the camera that way, that we actually get portrait. So I tried a few different orientations when I took my images. So coming to the lens, this particular edition has a Carl Zeiss Tessa 3.5 75mm lens. It has a synchro compor shutter, and the shutter speeds go from a very useful bulb right up to 1/500th of a second, and we have to rotate the outer Nile dial to select our shutter speeds. We have our focus ring, and we can focus down to 1.2 meters all the way up to infinity. And then the outer gnarled ring, if you like, allows us to change our apertures from 3.5 up to f22. Notice we have a flash synchronization port, if you like, there. So I thought I'd just demonstrate now how we put film into our camera and take an image. So to put film in, we just need to undo the door by lifting that lever. That allows us to open our film compartment. And then we put our film in the right, and then it goes over and is taken up on the left. I found it easier to put the topmost end in first, then pull out this spring, and then that nicely clips in. And then we fold it over. Fold that over, put that in, and then hopefully if we wind it on, it will get taken up. There we go. And I think most cameras, I don't think there's actually an indicator here, but I normally put there's a mark on the paper. Let's just wind it on, there we go. And I normally line that up with the first roller there. And close our compartment door and lock it. And then we can wind our film on. So we're waiting for number 1 to appear through that window, so we can continue to wind it. There we go, number 1 in the window. So having got the film and wound it on, we can then release the camera front, and then what we have to do is activate the shutter, which I've already done, and then we can just take our image. And then to wind on the film, we just simply rotate, and I don't know whether you can see that if I can zoom in. That indicator turns red there, just where it clicks, and then you just wind it on a fraction more to get the number there. And then again, when we're ready to take our image, cut the shutter, take the image, wind it on. Just the indicator turns red, just a bit further until we see our number, and then we're good to go. So there's the process of taking the image and loading the film. Really enjoyed my time out with this camera. It's very pocketable when you close it all down. And I went out for a walk, and all I had to do was just put this in my pocket, and away I went. So I was very pleased with that. So if you're in the market for a 120 very compact camera, then this certainly could be a good choice. Not sure though, because of course we haven't scanned the images yet, which I'm just about to do. You saw at the beginning of the video I have got images, so hopefully we'll now scan those. Won't be able to do that with the flatbed scanner, I have to do it with my digital camera, and well, we'll see how we get on. And in the meantime, this is the Zeiss Ikon Ikonta, camera number 440.